Hey, good people. It's your girl Cheya 1000 here. I thank you for checking out today's video. Today we're talking about faith over fear. I want to thank you for taking a moment to pause and be present for this video. April is Stress Awareness Month, and if we're honest, most of us don't need a calendar to tell us about stress or remind us that stress is real. We feel it in our minds and our bodies and our relationships, and even in our walk with God. And that's the most important relationship that we have. So here's the good news: you're not alone and you're not powerless. Today, I want to talk with you about what stress really is and how it shows up in our lives and how we can meet it not with fear or frustration, but with faith, emotional intelligence, and strategy. Everything that I do boils down to my faith, emotional intelligence, and strategy. So, what really is stress? What's going on with the stress? So, let's talk about it. Stress is not the enemy, it's actually a signal. It's your body's way of saying, hey, something needs your attention. But we don't always listen. When we ignore the signs or we try to push through with pure willpower alone, stress takes its toll on our body. We know some people are dealing with chronic diseases because of chronic stress. So I want you to think about, again, stress takes a toll on our body. It impacts our mood, our sleep, our energy, even our faith walk. We feel disconnected, distracted, and drained. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." And stress, it often reveals the areas where our heart needs guarding, where we need boundaries, where we need grace, where we need rest. So a lot of us think of stress as a bad thing, but it's actually a warning. It's a warning like, womp, womp, womp. Don't go any further. Pause right here. So let's talk about the face of stress. Now, I want to remind you of something really powerful. Your faith is not fragile. Your God is bigger than your circumstances, and it was built for this. So Isaiah 26:3 says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." That verse doesn't promise a stress-free life. It promises peace in the midst and middle of the storm. When stress rises, we don't have to react. We can respond with wisdom. That's where emotional intelligence comes in. It's the ability to recognize what we're feeling, to pause before we speak. In my emotional intelligence world, we call it a meta moment. To notice the tension before it becomes a breakdown, and to choose a response that reflects our values and honors our faith. Value alignment is key here. When you're pausing and people be like, "Oh, I don't want them to take me out of character." Boo, you got to check with your values first. It's not somebody else taking you out. It's you taking you out, and it's the enemy. So let me ask you gently, when was the last time you checked in with yourself? Not physically, but emotionally, spiritually. Sometimes we're so busy doing for others, showing up, performing, keeping it all together, that we disconnect from ourselves and we feel numb. We're on autopilot. We're just out here overworking. We are avoiding things, but God didn't call us to carry everything on our own. Matthew 11:28 reminds us, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Listen, this is your birthright. It is a promise. That is not just an invitation, it is a command to rest, to release, to return to God when the weight feels too heavy. There's something I call the weight of the weight. When we're waiting and we're in our wait season, it feels heavy. So today, I want you to give yourself permission to slow down, to pause long enough to ask, what am I really feeling? What do I need right now? Where have I been trying to be strong when I really should be still? I have this thing where I say, don't call me strong. Because if you call me strong, you won't handle me like someone who needs to be handled with care. So I want you to think about that. Now, let's get practical, though. So stress doesn't always disappear with prayer. We all know that. But prayer has the power to change everything, including how we carry it. Here are 3 tools I want you to keep close to you this month. I want you to breathe and pray. When you feel overwhelmed, I want you to pause, inhale slowly, and say, God, I receive your peace. Grant me your peace. And you're going to exhale and say, I release what I cannot control. Next, I want you to set boundaries with grace. It's okay to say no. It's okay to rest. You are not failing because you're honoring your limits. That is wisdom. Jesus withdrew often. So can you. Lean into a safe community. Don't isolate. Talk to someone. Whether it's a friend, a coach, a support group. In my case, I have a D group I'm very honest with. That's my discipleship group. I'm very honest with. Find your corner toters. Find your 2 a.m. people that you can be yourself with and that you can support to, and let yourself be seen. Healing happens when safe spaces are created. 3, stay in that community. You don't have to carry this alone. Friend, I know the weight you're carrying. Trust me, I do. I have been there and I'm there right now. It's a lot. But I know who carries you, and it is God. And when you focus on Him and not your stress, no matter how real the stress is, grace is realer, God is realer, and bigger than your circumstances. So is peace, and so is rest. Let April be a month where you don't just notice your stress, but where you honor it. You listen to it, and you invite God into it. You don't have to be everything to everyone. You just have to stay rooted in the one who is everything you need. Less stress, become your signal. Let it become your signal, not of defeat, but of divine invitation to slow down, to press pause, to tune in, and to thrive with faith, wisdom, and emotional intelligence. Okay? You got this. And more importantly, God's got you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your heart this month. I'm cheering you on, and I want to see you do great things. But it can't happen if you let stress overwhelm you and take out your flame. Burnout is not a badge of honor. So God's got you, and I'm cheering you on. Until next time, it's your girl Cheya 1000 here. Bye, guys.